Hey there, fellow duplicants. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Oxygen Not Included, which originally streamed live on Twitch. Do they distinguish between water and pea water? Yes. Well, so polluted water is pea water. And when this was built, I had no pea water, so it was selected all water, where it was just water, and then pea water got added once I had pea water. And they, yeah, then you know the rest. They pissed in their own pool. Alright, I'm gonna put this quick, but it looks like Build Our Artificial Pool is winning. So what I'm gonna do here is, at least for now, I'm gonna put a pitcher pump in here. So that we have some water available that is fresh and not nasty, because this water is germy and should not be used at this point. In fact, the whole base is becoming germy and shouldn't be used, because they sort of got everything gross. So we'll work on getting a source of fresh water here in a second, while I disinfect everything that's infected. Another good way to disinfect is to just move them into or behind the sinks and then have them pass through the sinks, and then they'll just clean themselves up. So it looks like we're going to do an artificial pool, so let me pause and update that. And set up a farm and... would it be called an aquifer? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it would be called an aquifer, I suppose. Doesn't really matter as long as you know what I mean. Alright. No, why did you do that? Can you clean yourself already? I'm pretty sure I just forced you to do that. I don't know how you got germy since then. Disinfect at 1 germ. Yay! You didn't wash your hands. In the age of COVID, we wash our hands, friend. Now, I know the game's a little odd, but basically what you can have is you can have, here, let me do... Duty's 9. What you can have is you can have a germy surface that doesn't make it to the water itself, which is what's happening right now. Let's stop doing the mush bars so that Viper can start cleaning. And there we have perfectly germy water everywhere. Plus, it looks like we have a puff of polluted oxygen that is, you know, spreading around. Looks like they're eating some slightly food poisoning risk mush bars, but the chance of us getting food poisoning on just a small amount of that mush bars is pretty low. So now what I'm going to do is just, I'm queuing up like a disinfect, and we're just going to have a disinfection day. So, priority, duties 9, and then once we're done disinfecting, I'll put it back to 5s, or something lower. Alright. Not so germ anymore. There's a little bit of germy food inside the ration box, but other than that, germs haven't gotten anywhere, which is good. So, then, duties 5 everywhere, and then we'll put 6s back where 6s belong. Done. Alright, so we do have the Millwood farm. It's not as big as we probably need it to be. but we're working on that. And we have a source of clean water down here that we can use as long as we don't pollute it again. And then all the water is going in here. And then I'm going to be building an artificial pool for us to have protected water. And maybe that will be above the farm. So what is this? 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, oh, you can't measure that way. You can measure... Actually, you can measure that way when you cancel. 5 by 14? Okay, that should be fine. That's only 70, and it needs to be less than 96 for this to be a farm. Yeah, cancel can be used to measure, which is pretty useful. Ooh, coffee. All right, I'm going to make the one last micro musher bar that was being queued up there. The other thing I'm going to want to do is to go to medicine, wash basin. Anyone leaving this area here, because this water's germy, should wash their hands on their way out if their hands are dirty. So I will enforce that soon and work on the water cleanup project. I think it's actually probably useful for new players to see me deal with germy water, because it's a very, very common occurrence for new players to have to deal with germy water. So, although it's a little embarrassing that I got my own water germy, it actually benefits you all seeing me how and I deal with it. I don't have any farmers right now to put a farming station in here, so I'm not even going to worry about the farming station until I have someone with farming skill, because if memory serves, nobody has the farming skill. No. 0, 0, yeah. No one has farming skill, so I'm not even going to worry about it. It's a basic farm, not a greenhouse. So many wild animals. It's like we're building a zoo here. So then, up here, we could do our water filtration tank stuff. This spot. That's going to be a lot of digging and mining, but, you know, it'll be good. Is food good for now? Oops, someone does have food poisoning. Kellyan did get it, after all. Yeah, food is fine, because I can always micro-mush more food, and then we're working on getting mealwood up. So, we're not urgent. As long as you have dirt and water, you're not going to starve. It's not that challenging. So when we're trying to design a, oh, 10 crops. Yeah, when we're trying to design a water filtration system, we are going to need a few different things. We're going to need a chlorine room to be able to kill off the germs, and a dumping pool to be able to put water that needs filtration, that we have mopped or whatever. And then we're also going to need like a pre-filtered tank for pea water or polluted water, and then a post-filtered tank for the clean water. So that's something that we're going to get building on. How's our research? So we did get the liquid reservoir, and now we want the... Let's go to the medicine tree. We want the pathogen diagnostics. Actually, I don't even know if I use... No, I use pathogen diagnostics. Man, it's been so long since I've done this. So let's get those 3 researches done. And yes, I have won the game multiple times before, yeah. I'm not new. I just haven't played in a year. What did you just eat, little pip? Yeah, I have an entire start-to-finish series on YouTube if you want. It's like 95 episodes long at about 45 to an hour a piece of me going to do the winning of the everything. Oh, omelets. Okay. Well, I don't have to make my own food. Tidying and suit wearing, cooking, tidying, building. Okay, yeah, definitely the omelets. Give me omelets or give me death. Poor little Kellyanne with your food poisoning. Another thing I could do, given that you have food poisoning, is I could... Nah, I'm not going to bother. I could help her out, but I'm just going to be rude. Not do it. So if you're wondering, let me go over to her. So food poisoning means that her bladder use is up, her bathroom speed is down, her stamina is down. And oddly enough, I don't think it actually affects the morale. But her morale is super high anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. And a new achievement, which is... Have a duplicate eat cooked meal. Well, I kind of, that's not really an achievement. I had the printing pod make me pancakes, or whatever. Omelets. What's the channel? The same name as here. Just Rhadamant. That's the very long way of saying the channel. But I appreciate it. It would just be C Rhadamant 5186, like that. The shorthand name. So the other thing that we're going to want to do is so let's figure this out. We are obviously going to need to run power up to our water filtration room because it requires some power. And one of the problems with the water filtration room is the power needs are going to be met. If the power needs are met with like the manual generator, that's pretty brutal. That means someone's on the manual generator just a lot more of the time. But that might be the requirement. So what we're going to want to do is to set up a chlorine room for the actual degermification of water. And we can nest that all the way back. So one of the things about the chlorine room is now with the latest update, duplicants do not like to be in chlorine rooms. It stings their eyes. They're not happy about it. So that's something that we're going to want to avoid going into if we can help it. But it also means that we're going to need to liquid lock up a room and then pump chlorine into it, getting chlorine from either bleach stone over here or pumping it in from some of the chlorine. There doesn't have to be a lot of chlorine. The quantity of chlorine isn't so much important as the water being exposed to chlorine, so... What did you do that for? I guess I had a dig zone there for some reason? I don't know. I don't know why they just dug that. That was weird. Ooh, apothecary. I mean, I could get an apothecary up. Doesn't hurt. Are things germy? No, things aren't germy again. Wash basins should be only this direction. And then this stuff here should not be swept. My name is just based off of Greek mythology. There's really not a story behind it. Rhadamanthus was a demigod in Greek mythology, and my name is a reference to it. The end. That's the whole name. Yep, unfortunately I don't have like a cool story that it goes with it. Just a name for myself. So, liquid reservoirs are going to be needed for storing and filtering the water. So we'll put 2 liquid reservoirs here in the back. A demigod that's good at multitasking? Curative tablets. So this would be for food poisoning. No one's food poisoned anymore, so it doesn't really matter. And no one has medicine compounding anyway, but someone liked the idea of having medicine compounding. Who was it? I think it was Kellyan. Yeah, Kellyan, that would be a passionate skill of Kellyan's. But not something I need to do right now. And then in here, we're also going to want some additional room for the water filtration stuff. And then this will be for a liquid lock. Maybe I nudge this over one more. Give myself a little bit more room. Okay. That should do. So this will be where we de-germ water, because now we have an overabundance of germy water, and then we're going to have to deal with that. And then we're going to want to store our water elsewhere. Maybe store it here. This is a nice, not too warm. Because of the abyssalite, as long as we leave the abyssalite alone, it's not going to heat up from the adjacent biome or anything like that. That could work. Yeah, it could work. Okay, what research do we get? Improved plumbing? No, we got that long ago. Next. Apothecary, yep. And then sickbay hand sanitizer. So, yeah, we're getting pretty close to having the pathogen diagnostics. And then I'll have to brainstorm or just go over all of my all of the requirements for the filtration unit, but I think we're getting pretty close. So the other thing that we're going to want to do is to get everything swept out of here, because once this is fully built, coming in here will be a painful thing for our dupes, because it's going to be full of chlorine gas. Not exactly the healthiest of stuff. These plants should be auto-harvested, so someone... Kellyan, I might make you do it, because you are a researcher, which means you learn faster. So if you could go and get us some gross meal lice, that'd be great. And then I'll queue up lice loaves to be made infinitely. Ooh. Gross lice. Love it. We're already on cycle 20. Dang. That's a full grown, aren't you? Please don't go into my pea water. Give puppies a treat. Hey, puppy. Having him spring to life, he's like, oh, wait, there's food. Yeah, man, there's food. I'm going to set up another oxygen diffuser up here because the oxygen is rather thin up here after mining out all that stuff. Yoda, Mr. Scratchy Ear. You guys better be eating your omelets. I know they're going stale. So our kcals are up due to the lice loafs and muckroot. I guess that's all the remaining omelet, so that's fine. It's not too much that goes stale. So we're just about done with the vacuum chamber, or at least the first part of the vacuum chamber. And then we're going to have to make some other decisions. So this here is going to clean the water, and it's going to be full of carbon dioxide. But the other decision that we're going to need to make is where to dump the water. So I would say right here's a fine water dump spot. Let me dig that out. Actually, build this first so it doesn't drop. Would it be worth moving CO2 into the pit? No, that doesn't work anymore. You have to chill it too. It used to be that you could just make things not spoil by storing into carbon dioxide, but the game has updated since then. And now requires you to have it cold as well. Or it's not a functional, like, refrigerator or whatever. Yeah, they took that out. They took that out. So we will... Oh, yeah, my power use is not so good. We will dump... I want to do this. Something like that. Dump water into where a liquid pipe can then pump it through the system so that we can start filtering. Printables. Coal, fertilizer, a digger or digger builder. The digger builder is also building impaired, so that's a big old no. And then you are a quick learner, but all you do is dig and you can't build either? Oh god, alright. Coal it is. I'd rather have a lump of coal than 2 builders that can't build. Hard pass. So this supply bin is going to be for bleachstone, which will outgas... it will outgas chlorine. I need to sweep this up because this stuff is going to be hard to get to later on. This pump isn't going to be needed to be on very often, so I'm going to have it on a signal switch so I can turn it off very easily. And why was that made of iron? Oh, because this is automation wire. Yeah, I guess it has to be iron, huh? Alright. Iron it is. And then we'll have a bottle emptier to form the liquid lock. And then up here, what we're going to need is the water sieve, which you put in polluted water, out comes clean water, but clean water can still have germs. And then that germy water that's clean then goes through this system, which means that we will also probably before the sieve. Let me just pause a second and brainstorm this. So before the sieve, we're going to want a liquid reservoir for polluted water to be filtered. I think that's probably a good idea. So then it's going to look something like this, where we have this pump go to the... because I see it's kind of in the wrong direction. So this is just the high level concept, I guess. Is this pump pumps water into this reservoir so that the reservoir has the polluted water, and then the reservoir feeds into the sieve, which makes polluted water into regular water that's just germy, and then that germy water goes down into these reservoirs, which will then be on a perpetual loop in chlorine to clean up. And yes, this is Yoda. I have 2 other dogs, but this is the mascot Yoda. So I think that will work. I might need to do some tweaking. Again, it's been a year, so... And then this stuff will have to go through clean checks, which is what the liquid shutoffs, and eventually once I unlock the liquid pipe germ sensor. So we'll go through germ checks, and then once it's not germy, it will dump into a holding tank here. Or somewhere around here. So I guess I built this. Colony achievement is what? Oh, automation. Yep. There's the water sieve. Water sieve produces clean water from polluted water using sand. It produces polluted dirt. Polluted dirt is then going to need to go through compost. Reduces polluted dirt and other compostables into regular dirt. I might want to compost somewhere close to the sieve as well, but, you know, we'll have to figure that out. And then, yeah. So that's that part of the cycle. Don't sieves give off decent heat? Yeah, I think so. 4 KDUs or KDTUs. Trying to think of like what is that in? I mean, that's the equivalent of roughly a supercomputer, I guess. Not a ton of heat, but you know, not something that you want in your ice biome. Oh, I don't even have gas ventilation, do I? I don't have gas pumps. I'm going to obviously need gas pumps for this as well. What do I want in the room with the liquid walk? Chlorine, yes. Chlorine will degerm. There's a few different ways to degerm. So you can degerm using chlorine, which is probably the most effective way, as far as I'm concerned. You can also do a Tepadizer, wherever the Tepadizer is. Which, this Tepadizer, you submerge it in a body of liquid. It uses an incredible amount of power, and it basically heats the water up, kind of like a pasteurization, to heat the water up so that it becomes degermed. It's just not efficient. It's not power efficient at all. It's pretty brutal. And it also produces a ton of heat, because that's literally what it's doing. It's just boiling your water. It's basically sticking your water into a giant kettle, heating it up so that it's quote-unquote safe. But it's definitely not an efficient way of doing it, so I avoid it when possible. The Tepadizer actually heats it up to like 80°C, not 100°C, and that kills off the germs. So it's not quite boiling, it's just shy of boiling. I think, I don't know in Celsius, but in Fahrenheit, the pasteurization temperature is like, what, 165? What temp is pasteurization? Google says 161. Okay, I was close. So 161 Fahrenheit to Celsius is 71.66 Celsius. I think the Tepadizer heats it up to 80 anyway to try to kill off the germs, but then you have to deal with having 80 Celsius water, which is not great for your colony to have to deal with. Viper leveled up again. I could give you suit wearing or construction or something else. Or I could give you more. You know, I'm going to give you, I'm going to have you go down the plumbing tree. Even though it's not a passion of yours, because being able to clear, having a plumber being able to clear out a liquid pipe is very, very useful. And that will increase his carry strength as well. So Viper, what is your carry strength now? Can I see that in your, like, bio? I forget. Properties. Probably in properties, right? Carry capacity, 1680 kilograms. That is no problem. Strong like a bull. Yep. Either that or, you know, we're in really low gravity. Who knows? Maybe both. What's in your mouth? Pippi? What are you doing? 165 is the industry standard? Yeah, I thought it was. Oh, you're moving around briars. Okay. Did you steal my briars? No, I don't think you steal briars. You just move this briar. Alright, the other thing I want to do is to... I might put everything on the same switch, on the same automation wire, so that I could just turn this off and on from one switch. So I'm gonna move this signal switch over one. And this will be my, like, everything off, everything on switch. So automation wire here should go up, and then the power cables go in. Good. There we go. Kellyanne earned a skill point. I don't know if I need astronomy for you. I'll do medical compounding. And then for chemo, I will do super hard digging. So now I can dig through everything. Which is awesome. I can dig through Abyssalite if I need to, or Obsidian. No stone is safe. And I suppose I owe you some hats. So, chemo, super hard digging hat. Kellyanne, you're going to keep the field researcher, advanced research rather. No, field research. And then Viper, yeah, you're not changing hats either. So one hat change. I like how she just throws on the hat she was wearing. She's like, yay! Same hat! Back to me, not Sleeping Yoda. Then we'll do the body emptier here, so that we dump whatever water we want filtered in there. Let's also sweep this stone out, because that stone's going to get ruined really fast, because it's going to get junk dumped on it. It's complaining that I don't have a refrigeration. I think I'm producing enough food that I don't really need to worry about refrigeration, but noted. And a new colony achievement. Use the duplicate skill points to buy out an entire branch of the skill tree. Yes, we did that. So my shine eggs that I printed are hanging around, I guess. One of them got hatched and is hanging over here. As long as that shine baby stays away from my my beds, I'll leave them alive. But then we have some raw eggs here that didn't so much hatch, and they're rotting, but we don't really have anyone that could cook it. And I don't have a reliable source of power to be able to get a refrigerator up to keep it. So we ignore it. There will be other eggs. How's the morale doing? 12-6. 14-4. 13-4. Yeah, morale's looking good. I'm going to stop doing the lice loaves for a little bit so that we can catch up on other work. Normally, when you're on easier biomes, you would have had other duplicants printed up and increased your workforce to be able to get more done. But given the water limitations, until I can get renewable source of water or better water filtration, I'm just not planning on printing anyone because, you know, it could be a death knell for the colony when you have too many mouths to feed. And the Pokeshell is eating the rotted food, which is kind of fine, and then they're going to excrete it out. And then, as they grow, you can get other resources from them. They're limey shells. All right. So let's take a look at the research. So, liquid tuning. Wait, why are we getting liquid tuning? Oh, because I clicked the Tepadizer? Oof. I don't need liquid tuning. Let's go back to pathogen diagnostics. Trying to show you all about the Tepadizer, and I accidentally grabbed it. Actually, before we even get liquid tuning, let's get ventilation, because I'm going to need to ventilate this carbon dioxide area for it to become chlorine. And then I'm also going to want another liquid lock over here to be able to access this chlorine, this bleach stone without having the chlorine bleed into the colony. So we're going to need yet another liquid lock. Maybe I'll put the liquid lock around here above this spot. So something like this. New blueprint. Oh, man. Okay. Give me a hatchling. And ventilation is done. Let's go back over the pathogen. So with ventilation done, I am going to gas pump here, and I just am going to dump the carbon dioxide somewhere close. Eventually, once we dig up to space, what I could do is I could dump carbon dioxide to space if I don't want to deal with it, because it is sort of a byproduct gas, and unless we're going to use it for some reason, which, you know, at the moment we don't really have good use for it, dumping into space is kind of fine, unless you have like a mushroom farm or some other reason to keep it around. There are uses for carbon dioxide, but it really depends on the direction of the colony. Go to the bathroom, Viper. Oh, God, what happened? Out of order, come on. He's gonna go potty somewhere. Viper, clean it up. Plummet. Plummet. This is why you have multiple bathrooms. Use that plunger. And schedule. Use the bathroom! What are you doing, you psychopath? It's open! Bath time. Just go potty. No, stop working. Stop working, stop working. Oh, thank you. Okay. We're good. Yep. They let the toilet get a little gross. Alright, so we have no power, but I'm turning off this gas pump because I don't want it on right now. Why is it Jeremy? Why would that be Jeremy? Oh, because there's pea water here. Okay. Yep. I think Viper made pea water. Or got things Jeremy, but we'll see. Alright, so bottle emptier. Let's get water in the liquid lock and get this set up. We are closing in on the ability to get this going. So we're going to need to move about a whole lot of weight's worth of... Really, is this germs? I don't see germs here. It says 0 surface germs. I think you're just paranoid now. Okay, I need to move that sink, because that sink is not working. It's too close to the... Oh, what the heck? That's not cleaning your hands. Do that again. For shame. Alright, copy and paste. That might have been the reason for the pea water. Which also means that if we go to this bottle emptier, we're going to want to use a sink as well. I might even move this bottle emptier to some sort of dead-end network or something like that. I'll do that in the future, perhaps. Alright, so food is good, stress is good, no one's stressed, no one's sick. Oxygen, breathability is good, and progress on this is moving and shaking. We're almost done with the pathogen diagnostics. I think that means that once I get pathogen diagnostics, this will be good to go. And then I'm just going to have to remember how to do the like AI part of the automation for cleaning it up. Man, how do things get germy? So there's pathogen diagnostics, and then I have to remind myself how to do the rest of this. So I took some notes from my last playthrough. Oh man, my notes suck. One second. So, the way the plumbing... Okay, so I need refined metal and plastic for this. Oh yeah, right, plastic. That was the requirement. I think what I'll do is I'll have this on a manual cycle then. Until I have plastics. Because until I have plastics, I can't do it automated, which is fine. So we'll have a liquid shut-off here. And this will be hooked up to an automation line. And then I'm going to want 2 liquid shut-offs. I'm going to want one here for... Well, I guess I could turn off the sieve. And that will stop the input. And then what we want is the ability to stop the outflow. So then I'll have a liquid shut off. So this exits there. I'll have a liquid shut off here or something. How do I do it in I'm trying to remember how to do it in flow. So it's something like this. That would split it, though. No, I think that works. Okay. We'll see. I might have to tinker with it. It's fine. I don't mind. We will have another switch. I'll just put it in here. Automation wire that up. And I don't need a big pool because I don't need to process a whole lot of water at once. But what I usually like to do is to store the water in reservoirs in the pool anyway. So I will have like a pool plus reservoir. So for now, it will be like this big. Oh, but you know what? I should probably enclose it so it can't get polluted very easily. So let's go with something like... something like this. And for now, I probably don't even need to put it in its own reservoirs, because it's not going to be polluted by default. Taking a look at my storage bins, they're just about full up, though, so I'm going to want to set up a new row of storage bins to store all that granite that I'm about to move. And then what we could do in here is this could all be like liquid reservoir filled with clean water, and then clean water in the pool as well, eventually. So then the plumbing over here is liquid pipes, and then just the vent at the end. Dumping it in here, and then I will have this... This section be a little bit lower for pumping reasons. So that will dip, and then we'll put a liquid pump down here, which would be our clean water coming out. I don't want to embed it so deeply into the wall that it's a problem. So this is the clean water that will then go to, like, the toilets or whatever. Hey, Chan! Thanks for the resub! So I'm gonna have to reroute some of these, the plumbing pipes and stuff. Just so that I don't bump. There we go. Like that. Nope, not like that. I lied. This will have to be up here. It's liquid bridge. The other way around. I'll go over what everything is and what it does and all that once it's done being built. Why is there germs getting everywhere? You guys need to be a little bit more cleanly. That's all I gotta say. I am your prime. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh boy. Messy, messy, messy. It's very easy to look at this and be like, I don't know what anything is. But I'll run you through everything once it's done. So the pump feeds to this reservoir input, and the sieve should feed to this input here. So I do need a liquid bridge here. And then this, this is the pea water input, so don't need this at all. Because the... I'll explain slower now. Now that I start to understand. So, we put polluted water here. That is any sort of water. Whether it's, Oh, my water wall is full. Oh boy, is it ever. Thank you. So we put any water in here. Polluted, non-polluted, germy, non-germy, doesn't matter. And it creates a little pool in here. And then this pump will pump that water from here, and it will go into this tank. So this tank will get full of some sort of water. We don't know what it is, right? And then all the water then goes from this tank through in... This tank can be holding. That way I don't always have to be running the sieve and the pump. And it then runs through the sieve, which then makes the anything water into clean water. Now, if we wanted to cut out a step, what I could do is I could filter it first. That would skip the sieve phase, but I don't believe that sieving clean water matters. But I have no idea because I might have patched out since I last played. So then when water comes out of this sieve, it is no longer polluted water, it's clean water, but we don't know whether it's germy or not. So then that possibly germy water goes down here. Into this tank that feeds into this tank that then goes up here, and then if this shutoff is on, it can, which means it's clean, it goes into our holding tank, and if it's off, then it goes back into the cycle and loops. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Badlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind that this is a casual series and I haven't played in quite some time. This series is a result of a weekly poll, which determines what I play. So if there's to be more Oxygen Not Included, I'll have to win in the polls. If you'd like to vote, the best way to do so is to join Discord and sign up for the notifications. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or perhaps an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, duplicants.